features Trevor Lawrence. He comes in third in the league in passing touchdowns. It's the Jags and the Titans under the lights on Monday night.
Being located in the Music City, this building has hosted a lot of great music acts since its inception. But this is what she was made for, NFL football, and that's what we have. With Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. Charles, we take a look at this Titan Ball Club entering play. It's been a great start to the season, back-to-back wins to begin the campaign.
Yeah, you don't want to get too excited. There's still a lot of season to go, but they've come out playing good fundamental football, and that might carry them a long way.
Meanwhile, for the visiting Jaguars, they too were winners last time out, so something's got to give here.
And I love it when both teams come in off of wins. Great mindsets, and it usually leads to a really well-played game.
So here are the Titans now for their first drive. And they'll be led out by their third-year quarterback.
I tell you what, when he's on schedule for that week, secondaries take notice because you've got to stay alert back there on every snap. A truly powerful arm, one that's capable of challenging any level of the defense on any given play. That's why so many scouts preach arm talent when preparing for the NFL draft. A quarterback with arm strength to make every throw in the book, he's an asset to have in any offense.
7 yards there and a first down.
I like it, I like it, I like it. Get everyone involved in the passing game, and you know you can create those great mismatches throwing it to your guys out of the backfield.
You know, on the first drive, that can also help establish some rhythm. Under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Josh Hines-Allen just would not be denied. That's a loss of 7.
At the 29-yard line.
Now, following the sack, they'll look to make amends on a 2nd down and 17.
Here we go.
Now Levis. That's quickly to Atwell on the slant. Well, hang on here a second. Looks like a Jaguar in some obvious discomfort from that last play. They'll come to the line here needing 9 yards to pick up the first. Right back to Atwell. That's complete. And a pretty nice tackle there, ranging up from his free safety spot as he'll stop him about a yard short. They'll get 8, but they're going to have to punt here on the opening drive because that's not enough. Now on 4th down, here's Ryan Stonehouse to punt for Tennessee. He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away. And that one hits a little too close to the goal line, and it continues into the end zone for a touchback. Lawrence bringing the Jaguars up 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
24.
They'll try and start this drive in the air. Dancing to his left. And right away, he lost the football. It's picked up by the Titans. And down inside the red zone at the 19-yard line. So he went out of the pocket left, and then things got dicey.
And what often happens is when they get outside, they want to keep their eyes downfield in order to try and complete a pass. But when they try to make a play, they're going to get their footwork involved, and that can really mess them up as well. And in this case, nothing went right, and the ball got knocked free.
He's dropped just inside the 20. A little second effort there, but couldn't find a whole lot of space. This is 2nd and 8.
Brings up 2nd and 8.
Right 54, right 54.
Levis from the gun. He'll get this one complete to Atwell. And he'll get about 6 there before he is taken down rather rudely and abruptly. 3rd and 2.
Right 5-4.
Trying to run for it with Pollard. And he's got the first down as he gets it to the 8. A 3rd down gain of 3 yards, and that'll be enough. Here we go now on 1st and goal.
Here we go.
They'll run with Pollard. And he will maneuver his way down to about the 7. Only a yard on the pickup there. 2nd and goal.
It's a gain of a yard.
Mike zero.
Back to throw, it's Levis. Throw left side complete. That's Douglas. And he's going to get forward for a couple before he is banged down hard at the end. Now, they'd really like to make the short field pay off. We'll see if they can, but this is 3rd and goal. Here's Levis. 5 yards that time out of the scramble. But now they're looking at a 4th down situation. So now the Titans are going to call upon their field goal unit here. From the left hash, he'll have to cut this at a tight angle. And his kick is good. And the Titans hit the scoreboard first. It's 3-0. So the defense are able to force their first turnover of the game, and then they add on to that by getting the field goal.
And you don't just want to take the ball away from your opponent, partner. You want to make them hurt as well. And if you don't score yourself on defense, turn over to your offense and have them put points on the board.
So time to see Jacksonville again on offense for the 2nd time here in this game. Early on, you know, Charles, every game could be called a measuring stick game. But I think when it comes within your division like this, it's a measuring stick game with a little extra intrigue.
I would agree with that totally because all division games have a little extra to them. But I like where this game is situated because at this stage of the season, it has that little extra juice. But at the same time, it's not a make or break if this were, let's say, week 15, 16, somewhere in that neighborhood.
On 3rd down, here's Bigsby. And this will be a Jaguars first down as the tackle made it about the 43-yard line. The Jags with a football to begin the 2nd quarter as they've got it with a 1st and 10.
11. Here we go.
And now they'll throw it with Lawrence. Buying time to his left. Now he'll let it go on the run. Deep left side. Touchdown, Jaguars. Christian Kirk, his first touchdown of the new season. And the Jaguars have taken the lead. Point after, right down the middle. And that makes it a 7-3 lead. After the touchdown, Cook now to kick this one away. And out a little across the 25 to the 27. Tennessee offense set to go again. Their drive last time, it stalled out. They were forced to take the short field goal.
And the key phrase, you nailed it, forced to, because you know coaches look at these short field goals as a last resort, right? To them, that's not how drives are supposed to end. You're supposed to put 6 on the board. That's a consolation prize. Like going to the county fair, you don't get the big stuffed animal on that one, do you?
No, you don't go top shelf. That's bottom shelf material.
I think he's got to be careful not to force anything into coverage right there. There weren't really any throwing lanes, but the best part for him, he's got 2nd and 3rd down to fall back on.
Levis out of the shotgun now. They do get a yard there, but only a yard. Leaves them with 3rd and 9 looming.
He's out of bounds behind the line of scrimmage.
454, Mike 54.
Working from the gun, here's Levis. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. That one good for 24 yards. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Levis. He finds Douglas complete. He'll get it inside the 20. And he's all the way down to the 13-yard line. The catch and run pays off to the tune of 35 yards. So how about this for field position after the big play? Inside the 15 now as they come up on 1st and 10. And strong running there as he's inside the 10 and down to the 8-yard line. 5 yards is the tally on 1st down. That brings up 2nd and 5.
Now that's exactly what you want on a 1st down run. Pick up 5 yards, bring up 2nd and 5. The defensive line, though, they've got to figure out a way to out-leverage the guys up front because the offensive line is winning.
And he will score! Touchdown, Titans! Tony Pollard, his 3rd rushing touchdown on the year. And the Titans have retaken the lead. The point after, good by Grupe. And the lead is now 10-7. So the drive there took 6 plays. And the capper that put it in the end zone, a run of 8 yards. And taken down just past the 20 at about the 21-yard line. Out comes the Jacksonville offense as they get set to take over here.
This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out. Looking to repeat that in Charles's defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because you know they're both motivated. They both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the...
Well, this is taken in. It's complete. And he'll be out of bounds just shy of the 40.
A gain of 34 yards. First down, Jacksonville.
Plenty of shouts from this crowd as they watch the replay. They want to challenge.
After reviewing the play, the ruling on the field is reversed.
Lines up a very good call there defensively to challenge that one, as that now will wind up an incomplete pass. Out of the gun, it's Lawrence.
That's caught by his tight end, Evan Ingram.
And he is going to have a Jags first down as they're able to get the third down conversion.
Misdirection's the key on this play. They line up with 3 receivers to the opposite side of the tight end, and they're all going to work their way across the field and let the tight end slip underneath against flow the other way. They're banking that he can get lost, and that's exactly what happened.
Into a sea of defenders had intercepted.
Chidobe Awuzie with a pick.
And the Titans are going to get this back to their own 34-yard line.
The Titans offense set to begin the drive. And they'll be looking to build off of a nice drive last time, a drive that really relied on the quarterback.
Making good decisions, distributing the ball well, distributing it accurately, keeping it away from danger. A really nicely run drive.
But now the defense, what adjustments do they need to make in the passing game?
Pass rush, pass rush, pass rush. Whether it's the guys up front or maybe you bring additional guys, but you've got to disrupt the timing of them throwing the football.
We'll see if they can disrupt it here.
2nd and 9.
Like 24.
Levis looking to throw. And this one incomplete. Threw it down at the feet of his receiver.
I see the surprise in your face there, partner. That is a rare incompletion from him. He's been on point this entire game.
He has percentage completion-wise way up. Not that time. After an incomplete pass on 2nd down, that'll leave him trying to convert on 3rd and 9.
90.
Levis sets up to throw here.
And they'll get him down at about the 37, well short of the first. Now a timeout called for by the defense as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. He'll send this up into the Nashville skyline, and it's a good one. And this will be taken at the 13. And he is out of bounds, able to get it across the 20-yard line.
A nice return there of 11 to help mitigate a good punt.
And the Jaguars go on offense, 1st down and 10. Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete.
Now a 2nd and 10. Lawrence. That's complete. It's Devin Duvernay.
And he's brought down, getting this one up to about the 35.
From the shotgun, Lawrence.
Flush to his right.
Right back to Duvernay. That's complete.
And he is out of bounds inside the 35. The catch and run going to wind up netting him 33 yards. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33.
Hey.
Lawrence going to throw again.
Pressure comes, and the Titans able to bring him down. Now the Jags will use the 2nd of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. And they need to work to at least get some of this yardage back after the sack. 2nd and 19.
From the gun, it's Lawrence.
Escaping the pressure right. And an incomplete pass. That'll stop the clock here with just under a minute to play in half number 1.
Hey, run!
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw.
That's taken in by Duvernay.
The Titans going to use the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. And this will split the uprights. It's right down the middle, and that will knot us up at 10. So that's a 7-play drive that ultimately stalls out there at the end.
And things were a little leaky in the beginning on that drive, weren't they? But how about the front 7? As they got closer to the goal line, things stiffened a little bit, forced the field goal.
And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line. The Titans going to go back on offense here late in this first half. And they've got a little over 40 seconds to work with if they want to try to put something together.
49, Mike 49.
Levis back to throw.
He finds his man, complete. That's Douglas. Now Tennessee going to use the second of their timeouts as they stop it here with just under 40 ticks to go in this first half.
Levis to throw it. That to the right sideline, and it falls incomplete.
And I could see the officials kind of looking at each other down there, silently wondering, does this meet the level of grounding? Fortunately, he did have a receiver in the area, but I have seen less obvious throwaways called as penalties.
To throw once more on 2nd and 10.
Levis.
And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. Now the Titans will use their 3rd and final timeout as they stop it with 28 seconds to go in the first half of play. He finds his man, complete. It's Douglas. And he's got this down a yard or two shy of the 40 before he's out of bounds.
Mike 49.
Levis to throw once more.
And that is incomplete. So 17 seconds now on the clock here. They come up now 3rd and 5 following the incomplete pass.
Mike 13, Mike 13.
They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw.
Oh, he had him. He was open, but he couldn't get it to him. It's incomplete.
So now they're going to send out the field goal unit to, as they say, fire away from long distance. The Jaguars now will use the last of their timeouts. And with halftime on the horizon, they'll be out of timeouts from here forward. And I tell you what, he got it from 58. That had lots of leg behind it.
That kick, by the way, Charles, a career long.
Well, we did watch him in pregame, and he hit from this distance, so not a surprise. But there still is something exciting about it, carrying it over from practice and pregame to actually doing it in live action.
Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive.
And with Lawrence's arm, they may give him a shot to let this thing rip downfield. We'll see. And that's going to be incomplete.
And they're not going to go quietly into this halftime break. They know they're in for a fight, so they're trying to make every possession count. They took the big shot there, but it winds up incomplete.
He's going to let it go again. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete. So, and we will skip the highlight show this week. Get right back to this Week 3 matchup. Welcome back. Charles and I settled into the booth, ready for quarter number 3. The Jaguars with work to do. They trail here as we are back underway on EA Sports.
And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29. The Jaguars ready to get going to start quarter number 3. This offense, Charles, had a strong first half throwing the football, at least in terms of yardage, but that hasn't translated so far on the scoreboard as they begin the third quarter here, trailing and looking for a little momentum.
Yeah, you're right about that because, let's face it, in the first half, most of their focus was in the passing game. And to their credit, resulted in a healthy amount of yardage. So I would think that at halftime, they're going to anticipate that defense loosening up a little bit to try and cover the passing lanes. They've got to get the running game going, and there should be some gaps to run through now.
On 1st and 10, it's Bigsby.
Tackle made there by Chidobe Awuzie.
Oh, that was a thing of beauty right there. Look at how quick those blockers fired off the line once the ball was snapped. That was an O-line on a mission, all in sync, and the defense is lucky that play only picked up 5 yards.
Eluding the pressure right. And the pass is intercepted. He was looking for Ingram. Picked off by Jerome Baker.
And the Titans are going to take over at their own 28-yard line.
Tennessee offense about set and ready to go.
And their defense just helped him out by getting the football back on the opening drive here in the second half. And now can the offense follow through with points on their first possession?
And that's a big one for them because after the work the defense has done, they've got a chance here to open up this lead.
Hey, come on, come on.
Running right, it's Pollard.
And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield.
Here we go.
Now Levis. Across the middle and into the hands of Ridley.
And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30.
They'll go with Pollard here on 1st down.
And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. So a 5-yard run the other way in the wrong direction, and that leads us to 2nd and 15.
Going to run again here with Pollard.
And this looks a lot like the last play. Behind the line of scrimmage, he's tackled for the 2nd straight go-around. Great job by this Jacksonville D. So 2 plays with only negative yardage to show, and now it's 3rd and 16. Back to throw.
Levis in trouble. Down he goes. Joshua Hines-Allen
able to record his 5th sack of the season.
Here's Ryan Stonehouse now
as he's on to punt for Tennessee. Averaging over 50 yards a punt so far as this one's away. And not what he was hoping for there as this will hit in the end zone for a touchback.
The Jacksonville offense set to begin their next drive. So now, Charles, this drive maybe a touch more important, trying to erase the memory of that interception they had the last time out.
Yeah, and everyone goes through this because even the best in the game, you're going to have games where it just doesn't go right for you and interceptions result. So, frankly, to me, it's all about how you respond, not just the types of plays that you call, but how you carry yourself, how you show your team that you're still with it, and how you continue to lead.
And they'll get him down here at the 23.
Now, hang on here a second. Looks like a Jaguar in some obvious discomfort in that last play. Now Lawrence to throw. Able to find the open man. That's complete.
And he'll go out near midfield at the 49.
You take a look at his receiving numbers so far. He's been terrific. Up over 100 yards now for the game.
Under a minute to go in this 3rd quarter as they come up 1st and 10.
Looking to throw, Lawrence.
Flushed out right.
An off-balance throw there, and it's going to wind up incomplete.
Well, defensively, they haven't let him just sit in the pocket and get comfortable, and that's opposite a lot of game plans in today's NFL. Ordinarily, you're trying to keep the quarterback hemmed in. In this case, they brought the heat, and if he flushes out, they're fine with that, and they force another incompletion.
And that'll fall incomplete. He was hit just as he let that go. And now it's 3rd down.
Let's go.
But to throw again is Lawrence.
A short throw to Ingram. And they will get this across midfield, but still well short of the first as he's dropped at the 46. It'll be a gain of 5. And that's going to bring up a 4th down. He's been quiet today in the passing game, just his second catch.
Yeah, and people have to come up with schemes to limit him. And what a lot of teams do, they'll double him, use a linebacker underneath, a safety over the top. Sometimes they'll just take a corner, maybe their third corner if he's a bigger guy, and put him on a man-to-man to try and limit his touches. Just keep mixing it up, give him different angles, different looks, like a good boxer does.
And it's going to be batted down, and we'll go the other way with a football. The Jags come up empty on 4th down. And as a result, it'll be Titan football on the turnover on downs. Quick hitter here, it's complete. And they went the wrong way there, losing yardage back at the 43-yard line. Back now in Nashville. It's been a very hotly contested game to this point, just a field goal separating these two teams as we get set for the 4th quarter.
Here we go.
In motion, the tight end.
Back to throw, it's Levis. Pass caught, it's Romeo Doubs.
So they'll get 8 out of that completion, and it brings up 3rd and 5 now.
They'll need 5 on this play to move the sticks. Here's Levis. He's got his target. That's complete. And he will have the Titans first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Again, he'll drop to throw. Jaguar pressure and a Jaguar sack.
The time is called. Looks like a member of the Titans in some discomfort out there.
They'll send the big tight end in motion right.
Levis.
Throwing left side here, and it's complete. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
On 3rd down, it's Pollard, and they will stop him short. They get him to the ground at the 27, no first down. So here we go. Maybe the biggest kick of the game forthcoming. This to swell the lead to 6. And his kick is good. And that extends their advantage to 6. It's 16-10. So they get the 3, but you wonder now, is that going to be enough?
Excellent question, because when I look at the smiles on that side of the field, they're a little tight, aren't they? If they had scored a touchdown there, those would be big half-moon grins right now because they'd feel a whole lot better about their position.
On a touchdown in the other direction, all of a sudden they're down. The Jags offense now gets set and heads back onto the field.
Well, they've got some stuff to build on from that last drive because they moved the football, CD, and then they tried to go for it on 4th down, didn't convert, probably left a bitter taste in their mouths.
I would say so, and I think that they go out in this series determined for that not to happen again. In fact, they don't even want to get to a 4th down opportunity. They just want to make sure they get it done within the parameters that they've set for themselves. Run their offense, get it into the end zone. Yeah, I think a little bit of determination and a dash of anger.
So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10.
Now Lawrence. They'll set up a screen for Bigsby.
And inside the 20 before he's brought down. Back-to-back nice gains. That one for 14 yards and another first.
From the gun, Bigsby.
Down he goes at the 10 with a solid pickup of 8. 4th quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a 1-score game. So it's Jaguar football here as we welcome you back.
They come up now on 2nd and 2. And Bigsby once more.
And here he'll get it down to the 7.
But we always talk about good down and distance, allowing offenses to expand their playbook. Well, 2nd and 2, that means your playbook's wide open. You can run just about anything. But a lot of times, the play caller, he just looks down at his sheet, sees the short yardage runs, and goes to one of those.
Here we go.
Throwing now, Lawrence.
That is caught. Fighting for the end zone. He lost the football. It's out. It's picked. Oh, no, he lost the football.
A lot of bad news on that play for them, wasn't there? Lost the football, lost a lot of yardage, but I think the good news outweighs it. Able to retain possession. That was big for them.
Here's first and goal.
Lisa 24.
Lawrence on the sneak.
And running room scarce here. He's going to be stopped in his tracks at the line of scrimmage.
Lawrence on the sneak.
And he is in as they have tied it late here in the final minute of the fourth quarter. A very important extra point there, up and good. And that is going to put them on top by a point, and it sets us up for quite a finish.
After the touchdown, Cook now to kick this one away. And he takes this near the 25. Just a little pass there. Called it the 26. So Levis and the Titans now.
Down 17-16. A little under 30 seconds remaining. Their perfect start to the season in jeopardy unless they can score here as they've got it first and 10.
To Dobbs, and he hauls it in. And he's going to get out of bounds with the first down. So that's going to double their pleasure for sure. They get the first and save a timeout. Levis to throw.
A hit as he throws there, incomplete.
They'll try again here. Second and 10.
Hold on, like 90.
Here's Levis.
And that is incomplete. 16 seconds now on the clock. A couple extra defensive backs out there in the dime, and because of that, really not many places to throw the football, if any.
And typically, what would you want to do against that dime?
Run the football.
You want to run the ball, but you can't do it in this situation. Not nearly enough time on the clock.
And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down.
Josh Hines Allen in there to take him down, and the clock will roll.
The Titans going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 12 seconds to go in the football game.
Too far for a field goal. They've got to go. It's fourth down.
Like 5-4.
Desperation time now. Here's Levis.
He's going to let it fly. And it's knocked away and incomplete. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and the Jags take over in terrific field position.
Hey, Ryan.
Back to throw. Lawrence.
And it's incomplete. We're still throwing to the very end, but now this game is over.